Have you ever wondered why there are no direct flights between South America and East Asia? It seems like a no-brainer, right? After all, both regions are home to some of the world's largest economies and most vibrant cultures. So why the disconnect? Well, the answer lies in a combination of factors, including geography, economics, and politics. First, let's talk about geography. South America and East Asia are separated by the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, which is the largest and deepest ocean on Earth. This means that any flight between the two regions would have to cover a distance of over 10,000 kilometers, which is no small feat. In fact, the only direct flight that ever existed between South America and East Asia was operated by Varig, a Brazilian airline, in the 1970s. The flight took over 30 hours and made several stops along the way, including in Africa and the Middle East. But why did the flight stop operating? Well, that brings us to the second factor, economics. Simply put, there wasn't enough demand for the flight to be profitable. South America and East Asia are both home to large populations, but most of the travel between the two regions is for business or diplomatic purposes, rather than tourism. This means that airlines would have to charge high prices to make up for the low volume of passengers, which would make the flight unaffordable for most people. Finally, there's the issue of politics. South America and East Asia are separated not just by distance, but also by different political systems and cultural values. This can make it difficult for airlines to navigate the complex web of regulations and restrictions that govern international travel. For example, some countries in South America require visas for visitors from certain countries in East Asia, and vice versa. This can make it difficult for travelers to plan their itineraries and can discourage them from making the trip altogether. Additionally, there are often political tensions between countries in South America and East Asia, which can make it difficult for airlines to operate in both regions. For example, in 2019, the Chinese government suspended all flights to and from Ecuador after the country signed a security agreement with the United States. This kind of political maneuvering can make it difficult for airlines to plan routes and can discourage them from investing in new markets. So, while it may seem like a no-brainer to have direct flights between South America and East Asia, the reality is much more complex. Geography, economics, and politics all play a role in determining which flight routes are viable and which are not. But who knows? With advances in technology and changes in global politics, it's possible that we may see direct flights between South America and East Asia in the future. Until then, we'll just have to make do with layovers and connecting flights. In the meantime, we can still appreciate the unique cultures and experiences that each region has to offer. From the vibrant cities of Sao Paulo and Tokyo, to the stunning natural beauty of the Amazon rainforest and the Great Wall of China, there's no shortage of amazing things to see and do in South America and East Asia. And who knows? Maybe the next time you plan a trip, you'll decide to take the long way around and explore both regions in one epic adventure. After all, sometimes the journey is just as important as the destination. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of why there are no direct flights between South America and East Asia. We hope you learned something new and interesting. Safe travels.